Wednesday races a while back, so we have quite a bit of experience racing together. So very worthy opponent, and Squid's been doing some great work. But we're gonna get started here, so let's see.
Yeah, looks like we're off.
All right, so we can see Squidman is going guts first, going to his glitchless route. So we're going to actually see two different routes here, so this will be exciting.
Good man, doing it right.
So he does have to wait for these platforms here, doing gut first, because they are on a global timer. But, it's a little slower than doing it with the magnet beam, but he'll get through just fine.
Now, KLM, you have more experience in this all stages thing than I do. Overall, I think most people probably know that starting with cut and going straight to elect is generally faster. Why is that?
It is faster because you're going to grab the magnet beam a stage earlier than you would if you're doing guts first. And the magnet beam is going to make every stage so much faster. So getting it a stage earlier, and also, like you could see Squidman doing the platforms at the beginning of that level with the magnet beam, you'll just go straight across, not having to wait at all. So you save a lot of time there.
Squidman looking good. He doesn't even get hit by the big eye.
Yep, so Squidman's coming down the corridor. He's going to have to do this fight Buster only. It's a pretty easy fight, as long as you are aware of when Gutsman is hitting the ground, or else you will get the stun animation.
Yeah, that jump timing still gets me once in a while. You have to jump right before Gutsman hits the ground.
He does a really good fight there. I don't think he got stunned once. That's very impressive.
Great stage for Squid.
Now, what's a typical good time for a guts first stage? Since you have more experience with that one.
I should have paid more attention to when his score started to tick up, because that would have been the end of the fanfare. That's when I split. But I'm pretty sure Squidman was probably right around a 150, and that's really good. I think in all stages it's probably possible to get into the 148s, maybe even 147s, so Squidman's on a great pace so far.
That's great, yeah. So Choobs is into the Cutman fight here. Cutman fight is pretty routine as long as you keep him in that knockback animation. And from actually what I heard earlier in a race, that Cutman is one of only 2 Robot Masters to have that knockback animation, the other being Electman.
Squidman gets that corner jump and cut there. I wasn't paying enough attention if Choobs got that. I'm betting he did.
I didn't see either, but judging by his time, I'm going to assume that he did, yeah. Okay, so Choobs is going to go through Elect stage second, and he will do a zip trick to get the magnet beam because he doesn't have the required weapons to get into there, and we'll see him coming up to that shortly. Squidman gets very favorable Suzy patterns there as well. Though you can get a few different patterns, some of them will block your progress, but Squidman gets a favorable one, so he is off and running here.
Choobs is coming up to the terrifying corner jump.
Yes. And and he falls. Okay, so if you do fall there, I believe it is about a 12-second time loss if you are to go back and try it again from there. So potentially more if he doesn't get this first try. Okay, he's having a little bit of trouble here, and he made it through.
And he's through.
Okay, so Squidman is going to do this fight a little differently. Since he does have the Guts weapon, he can use these blocks to kill Cutman, so we'll see how he does with this. He gets 1. It only takes 2 blocks, and he does it very nicely. No problems there.
Yeah, that's one of the advantages of going guts first, is that you can take down Cutman really quickly and easily.
Yes. Now, there is only 2 blocks available, so if you do miss one, you do have to either use the pause buffer glitch, or you have to finish the fight with Buster. So Choobs is going to come here and try to grab this magnet beam early. He gets it, and I believe he's out.
No jail. There we go.
Yep, he's out. Okay, very nice. So in order to do that trick, you have to do a frame perfect input of down and shoot at the same time to clip on the ladder and clip around. If you do go too far into where the magnet beam is held, though, you can get stuck there, and it is a soft lock. You have to reset. There's no way out at that point. Squidman won't have to worry about that because he does have Gutsman weapon, so he will just get those blocks, throw them out of the way, and grab the magnet beam as intended.
Now, I tried the zip to get into the magnet beam just for fun today because I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. It's impossible. I don't know how you guys make that look so easy all the time.
Literally years of practice. It's very difficult.
I got it a few times, but I went to jail a lot more.
Yeah. Okay, so Choobs is going to attempt the elect climb here. You use a series of magnet beams to climb up this faster and avoid these elect beams, and I think he fell.
Yeah, it looks like he got knocked down, and it also looks like he might only have 1 tick of health.
He does only have 1 tick of health left, yes. So he cannot take any more damage here, or else he will restart to the checkpoint, which is at the bottom of this screen, so it's not a terrible death, but it's costly nonetheless, and he's got a pretty decent lead so far, I would say.
Yeah, we just saw Squid picking up the guts blocks to get to the magnet beam.
Or actually, he doesn't have a lead. Actually, he'd be behind at this point, yeah.
Squid looking good on climbing the elect stage. It's always interesting how everyone uses the beam a little bit differently once you get it for this part of the stage.
Yes, everyone has different strats through there after the magnet beam grab, so it's pretty cool to see how everyone handles it. Choobs is going to come into Iceman stage now. There is a couple zips that you can set up throughout this stage. We'll see which ones he's going to go for, and which ones he's able to get.
And then we'll see if Squidman can also climb the ladder quickly. Good first half. Squid with a great ladder there.
Okay, so Choobs is trying to set up this ice zip, and I believe he got it. Yep, he did
Looks
set
like
it up.
Choobs has the zip, yeah.
Very nice. Now he will be able to use these magnet beams to get across this dreaded section here. These platforms are completely RNG of how they move, and they can even do funky things as far as like going, losing their platform properties, I guess, and you can go right through them to your death. So Choobs is going to make quick work of this. And I believe he set up the second zip too.
Yeah, looks like Choobs has the second zip.
Very nice.
It's a nice ice.
Okay, so Squidman is coming into ice now. We'll see what kind of zips he's going to set up through here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Squid do this differently. I think Squid's probably going to go glitchless. I'm not sure if he does the ice pixel.
Okay, we'll see how he handles this. And yep, he's going to keep going.
But what is the savings if you can do the zips in ice?
So this first zip here is really only saving you about 8 seconds if you're doing the other strat like Squid's doing optimally. So 8 seconds is a lot of time in a run like this, but it's not the end of the world if you don't go for it. It's not costing you a whole lot of time as compared to some of the other bigger zips in the game.
And doing it the way Squid is now, he doesn't have to go down to that platform and get the refill. So that saves about a second or two by the time he gets to the end of this stage.
Yeah.
When you have enough beam to actually make it all the way across.
Yes, and he makes it look very easy without having to do any of the glitch. He got through pretty quickly without doing any of the zips. So that's a really good ice stage from Squid.
Yeah, this is a great ice.
You might even say it's nice ice. So Choobs is going to come through Fireman. I believe he's going to try to set up a zip at the top here. This will let him wrap around the screen here, or maybe not. No, it looks like he's going to skip this one. Okay.
It's going to go down to the easy one that I can do.
Yeah. So that zip, all you have to do is just fall or jump off of a magnet beam, and for whatever reason, when Mega Man does so, his vertical velocity increases tremendously, so he's able to just zip right through the floor there.
Squidman now just starting fire stage. So Squidman probably has a bit of a lead because remember, Squidman looks like he's behind, but he's already completed Guts.
Yes. So I'm not exactly sure how big the lead is at this point, but it would probably, my guess would be about like 30 seconds or so.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
And Squid's strategy to get through fire
That's amazing.
stages
I've never seen that before.
You've never seen the ice? Squid's the only person I've ever seen do it, and he just kills it. I don't understand how he does this.
That was the coolest thing ever. I might just start doing that just because of how cool it looks.
Yeah, it is pretty swaggy.
Yeah. All right, so Choobs is into the Iceman fight, so he's just going to use the select glitch here. And he makes quick work of him. Do you want to talk a little bit about how that select glitch works?
Yeah, the select glitch, when you take down a boss, normally when you hit a boss with a projectile, they have their iframes, and you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can actually hit them again. But when you hit select, as soon as the boss gets hit by one of your projectiles, you pause the game, then you push select immediately again and unpause the game, and their iframes are suddenly magically gone. So that same projectile can hit a boss over and over again if you're really good at pushing the select button with the proper timing.
Yes, and it makes for most of these boss fights will be 10 times easier with that select glitch. Each boss does have a different time frame in between their iframes, so each boss will have a different duration of where you have to pause, but Squid showing that he doesn't need to do pause glitches in order to take these bosses down. That was a really impressive fight there as well.
Yeah, some of the glitchless fights are pretty optimal as they are, so Squidman's just doing it the way he normally does.
Yeah, and I can't imagine it's much slower than doing it the select glitch way, because that seemed pretty fast to me.
I find for me, if I start messing up on the select timing, that just fighting the old-fashioned way and getting them as soon as they come out of their iframes is faster for me.
Alright, so Choobs, I believe here will try to do a ladderless setup here for the bomb zip. Yep, he's going to go for it, and oh, he gets knocked off by
that bullet.
Yeah, so that bullet does track where Mega Man is on the screen.
He gets it the second time. Nice job.
So this is the biggest zip in the game. This zip, well, maybe this one in the Wily 3 zip, but this one will save you over 20 seconds if done optimally. So that's very impressive to get there second try for Choobs.
Oh, and Choobs getting the little mini zip into the Bomb Man room for some extra swag.
Yes. Do you think we'll see some Sniper Joe beam strats from Squidman in the next race? He didn't go for it there.
Yeah, I think he went with ice there. And the ice strategy isn't much slower. Really, all you're losing is a menu change. So if you want to do the beams, and if you can execute the beams just right, you can save as much as a menu change. But
yeah,
you know, when you're going for PBs, it's worth it. Maybe in a race, safety is better.
Okay, so Choobs is going to come through Guts now. Squid has already finished Guts, so Squid will move on to Wily after he finishes off Bomb Man here. Okay, so yeah, so Squid was having a little trouble with the select glitch there, so he decided just to finish off Bomb Man the intended way, so nice work by him.
And Choobs, I don't know if you already said this, but Choobs showing the advantage of having the magnet beam when you're in Guts. You can just run across the top of the level most of the time.
Yes. Yeah, the magnet beam makes quick work of Gutsman stage, which is a short stage in itself already. I believe it's the shortest stage in the game. Well, the 6 Robot Masters anyway. Alright, so we'll be able to gauge exactly how much of a lead Squid has here. Okay, so Choobs will be doing this Guts fight different than Squid. He does have the bomb weapon at his disposal, so he does need to get the bomb as close to Guts as possible, do 3 pause glitches, and that will make quick work of bomb. There is a swag grab here, and he gets... Oh, he almost had it.
Oh, the bomb didn't work out.
I don't know if he had messed up the timing between the pause glitch, but still, his second bomb kills him, so that is...
Yeah, Gutsman gave him the right pattern. He jumps straight up, so he stays right over the bomb.
Yeah, Gutsman, so when we were saying earlier about the duration between iframes for the bosses, Gutsman has the longest one, so you do have to pause longer in between your pauses. for Gutsman as opposed to all the other.
So Squidman's in the platform room. This room is normally terrifying because those platforms are random and you don't know which way they're going to move, and they can completely mess up your beam work.
Yeah, a lot of good runs have died in that room, so Squidman makes good work of it there.
I think Squidman just did a 2-beam and put down a 3rd beam that he didn't need on the right side of that beam room there. I think his 2nd beam was in the right spot. That was really great.
Yeah, he would have gotten a 2-beam there. He didn't need the 3rd beam, but you know, it's
I'm just impressed that he can find the spot, because that's a trick that eludes me.
Yeah. So yeah, Squidman has, I would say, over a minute lead at this point. He had a pretty clean Wily 1 there, so no issues there. He's gonna have to use a
second shot for the Yellow Devil, but he gets him.
Still good.
Yeah, Squid on a very nice pace here.
He has no real major mistakes from Squid. He's had a very clean run so far.
If I had to wager, I would think Squid could potentially be close to a PB pace here.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, like, he's had a very clean run. I actually can't even think of any mistakes he has made up until this point.
Yeah, it's really clean.
Okay, so Choobs makes it over the platforms just fine, but he's having a little trouble here with the climb. Uses more beam than he would have liked to, but he's up and through, and he'll be facing Yellow Devil here.
Squid finishes off Cutman in the refight.
Okay, so he's going to get his second encounter with Electman here. Now he has a very good strategy for this fight, and he shows it off there.
Yeah, he taught me that one.
He taught me that through you as well. So
the Squid strats.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the bomb sneak. That's very nice.
Very nice, yeah. He's making very nice work of Wily 2 as well. He's very clean run from Squid so far.
See if he gets the next sneak down here. Not quite. That's a tough one. I don't know if it's frame perfect, but it's really tight. I rarely get it.
Okay, so Choobs is coming into Wily 2 here. This first screen is very difficult. There's a lot of enemies here, a lot of pits. You have to be very careful. And Choobs is through. Very nice.
I was curious there if Choobs might think of the Wily 2 zip, just because I know he's probably wishing he is running a little bit faster, so maybe he has a way to catch up, but apparently we're not going to do that tonight.
He might potentially go for the second set here. I don't think he would, but I wouldn't rule it out, so we'll see what he does approaching the wall here.
I just know that Choobs does have experience with it, so he knows how it's done.
Yes. So no, he decides to go through it as intended, so he's going to face off against Electman here. So he takes a different strategy using the pause buffer, but still makes quick work with him. And Squid is moving on to Wily 3 now. He makes very good fight there. He's having a really impressive run here.
And this setup that Squid does is another thing that he taught me for this zip in Wily 3. My setup was unreliable, but the way that he gets that beam right there to sit in the right spot, it works really well, and it almost works 100% of the time.
Yes, and as long as you do follow the same steps he just did, it will work 100% of the time. And it's a good strat to use with a low amount of beams, so he knows exactly how much beams he has. He's very calculated here.
So Squid is going to buster down the first 3. This is a glitchless player. So he's going to buster 3 of them down and then go to Guts. This way he doesn't have to try to get any dupes.
Okay, and he is on to Wily 4 here. So yeah, he is currently on low to mid 21 pace, so this is a very good run from Squid. Let's see if he can finish it out strong.
Major things he's going to need here is he's going to need the zip at the beginning of the stage in the next screen here, and then the refight skip.
Yeah, so this is a big zip here as well. So he's going to come up to the top block here, try to land a beam perfectly, and zip across this whole walk here. And he's having a little trouble getting the setup here. Yep. And he's going to
have to walk.
So this entire walk, you can zip through the whole thing in no time. So you can see, we'll see if Choobs gets it, and you'll see how much faster it really is. He's having a good Wily 3 so far. That looks a little low. No, he actually got it. Okay.
Choobs got both
very
setups.
Clean Wily 3, so he's going to make up some time here. But as long as Squid doesn't make any mistakes, it should.
Yeah, if Squid gets this refight skip, this game is over.
Okay, Choobs is actually going to go for some dupes here. So what happens in this fight is if you push the shoot button right as on the last frame, as you can see right there, as the block leaves, you can duplicate a block and allows you to go ahead and kill this boss really quick. And he's putting on a clinic here. Is that 4 in a row? He's putting on a dupe.
He's got an extra block. Squid did get that refight skip first try with the bomb.
He did.
He's going to go on and finish off Wily.
He gets the refill, so there shouldn't be any issues here. So this should be a victory for Squidman. And it's going to be a really, really good time. Okay.
Yeah, the Wily fight is usually a formality when you're doing all stages because you come into this fight with full life. So it's mostly about doing as much damage as you can as fast as possible.
Yes. And he is in.
There we are.
Yes, RaceBot is reporting a time of 21:11 for Squidman, which is only 2 seconds off of his PB. So that is a very impressive.
Oh, wow. So if he got the zip in Wily 4, that was a PB.
If he had gotten that zip first try, yes, that would have been a PB. Potentially
Because
even sub 21. So very impressive.
Yeah, Squid, I feel for him because I know he wanted that PB.
Yes, and Choobs gets a good refight skip here as well. So he's having a pretty solid first run here too. Just a couple of mistakes that had put him behind, so he will try to recover in the next race here.
Yeah, it's still pretty close. Not all of our races have been this close, where Choobs is going to end up being... Is it going to be more than a minute past Squid's time?
Yeah, most likely. He'll be a little over a minute. So you want to try to jump and get 3 hits on Wily each time you jump while managing your iframes here. And Choobs is doing a good job with it, and he's going to come in, and he is finished. Yeah,
there we are. Choobs' time is 22:15 in SRL, so yeah, that's a minute and 4 seconds.
Just a little over a minute, so very good. Good runs from both players. Squidman showing no race nerves at all. That was a very clean run by him, and like I said, 2 seconds off of his PB, so that is really impressive.
You know, I cheated and ducked over to Squidman's stream there for a second. His split board at the bottom at the end of Wily 4 is showing green by a half a second. So I think he did get a PB on his timer. It's really, really close to his PB, if not a PB.
Yeah, you can see his timer reporting down below 21:09, which is his PB. So it could be a PB by a fraction of some time. So. It's a good race strategy, though, to hit your dot done before you hit your splits on your timer, if you can. I know that's how I try to do it anyways, because RaceBot is actually where they will determine the winners and losers. So.
Right.
But good run from both runners. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this is the first tournament for both runners of any sort. So very impressive first runs for both of them.
Yeah, really good. Oh, Choobs. Oh, Choobs.
So Choobs is showing everybody exactly how he felt about that first race for himself. So hopefully he can bounce back and recover from that. But he did have some very nice things to say about Squid in the race chat. So don't you guys worry. He is he is a class act.
Yeah, Squidman in the SRL chat, he is claiming that he got a half a second PB, and he's poking fun at me because we casually race on Wednesdays from time to time, and I think more than once, Squid has gotten a PB while we're racing each other. And, I'll have a decent run too and think, all right, I'm probably going to win this thing. And then there's Squid beating me by 20 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell, he may be, but it's certainly not showing because that was a very clean run. I honestly, I don't remember any major mistakes at all made in that run. So very nice.
Yeah, now it's going to be a question of can he keep that consistency through another race? And can Choobs shake out any of the things that he did where he might have made some mistakes? If he can clean things up, this is still going to be incredibly close.
Yes, the Choobs is capable of a time that Squid got as well, so both runners are very capable of putting down low 21 times and even probably a high 20 times, I would say. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if Choobs can lock into all of the zips and skips that he wants to do, yeah, I think he could easily break the 21-minute mark.
All right, and so both runners are readied up, so we're going to get started here in just a few seconds. So what are your predictions for this one, Stuff? What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, how we all want a game 3, right? So I'm hoping that Choobs is gonna execute a little more clean, and it seems almost impossible that Squidman could do something like that again, but I wouldn't put it past him.
Yes. There was a pretty solid first run. It would be very impressive if he was able to replicate that or even do better, so we'll see. I do fully expect Choobs to bounce back from that one. The first race is always the most nerve-wracking, so once you finish that one, you've got it under your belt there, you kind of shake off a little bit of those nerves, so we'll see if Choobs can do the same. Okay, so both runners taking the same routes as they did last time, which is to be expected.
Yeah, the beginning stage is always the most straightforward one because you don't have any tools. So it's just run and gun and get through it as fast as possible.
Yes. So in essence, every Mega Man runner is in some form a Buster-only runner as well, at least for one stage anyway.
For one stage.
Okay, so Choobs has a little trouble with that ladder there, but he's through just fine. Squidman's making quick work of Gut Stage yet again.
This time the big blue does not cooperate.
He does not, no. But shouldn't be a problem, especially with Squidman's Guts fight in the last race, which was very impressive. So if he can replicate that, then there shouldn't be any worries here.
And Choobs with his unlucky Susies there, he did not get any great patterns. His life is a little bit low.
Yeah, he actually does not have enough health here, I believe, to take a hit. Yeah, he's going to pick up the health. That is a smart race strategy there. If you're doing RTA runs, you'll take the chance with Big Guy. If you get hit, you'll just reset, but there is no resetting in a tournament race, so it was very smart to grab that health there.
Yeah, Squid not as clean on his stage this time. It looks like Gutsman gave him a more unlucky pattern, so he's a couple seconds slower than he was in the last race.
Okay. So he's going to come through. We'll see what kind of patterns he gets in Cutman stage. Choobs is going to come up to the Cutman fight here. So again, we'll do the Cutman dance as long as he can keep him in that knockback animation. This fight is pretty routine. So if you actually jump off one of those blocks at a certain point, you can manipulate Cutman to jump as well, and you can get a first hit in a lot faster. So Choobs does that here in this very clean fight. So it's tough to tell who's ahead right now because Gutsman stage is a lot shorter than Cutman stage. So it may look like Squidman's ahead because he's farther along on the second stage, but they're probably pretty even as of right now.
Yeah, and Choobs heading into Electman, which is one of the longest stages.
Yeah. So yeah, in reality, we won't really be able to tell where they are until they finish the 6 Robot Masters and head into Wily. So. Choobs will hope to have better luck here on the corner jump. He did fall last time, which again
That's
cost
true.
him
That was
over
12
10
seconds right there.
Yeah, so we will see how he handles it here. We have seen some runners that fell the first time will actually go to the right side, but Choobs is going to give it a go again. Hopefully he can get it.
Here we go.
And
okay, that's a good jump.
Okay. So that's
really good. Second try, no falls.
Okay, Squidman gets good big eye pattern there, so he will have no problems finishing the stage off. So that is the one of the benefits of doing guts first is you do not risk the opportunity to soft lock when going to grab the magnet beam. So Choobs will have to worry about that as he goes into grab.
Yeah, KLM, you've done this beam grab a million times. Is it always on your mind that you might still end up in jail?
At this point, it's not something that you think about, but certainly when you're in a race or tournament setting like this, it is the absolute main thing that you're thinking of. So you do not want to slide too far in, or if you accidentally hit right while you're trying to do it, it will force Mega Man into that space as well. So you definitely do not want to do that. But so yeah, certainly when you're in this type of environment, it is on your mind 100% of the time until you get through it cleanly.
Yeah. I shouldn't say I'm surprised, but so far, I mean, I've been watching the majority of the races in this tournament, and I've only seen one Andy jail in that spot.
I believe, as far as I know, we've only Prissy was the only one who had gotten stuck in there so far. Okay, so Choobs he's doing a lot better on the elect climb this time. He does get hit by that last one. I'm not sure if that last beam was actually connected to the ladder or not. Okay, so he's through. So Squidman's going to try his hand at the corner jump here.
Corner jump.
He gets a first try. Very nice. Choobs makes quick work of Elect Man, so he'll be moving on to the next stage.
Yeah, I think Choobs is probably ahead of what he did last time. I think overall, that Elect stage was a bit cleaner.
Yes, because he finished Elect stage, I believe, well over 6 minutes, so he is under 6 here.
Yeah.
So he is on a lot better pace than he was.
Of what he did before, yeah.
So Squid showing the alternate way through here. The intended way, we should say.
Yeah, not the alternate, the right way.
Yeah. Alright, so Choobs here is going to use the power of the magnet beam. You do not want to land in the water here if you can avoid it, because it does make Mega Man move a lot slower. And from what I understand, it's about he moves at 75% speed.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think I heard that number too. Yeah, it's pretty slow when you fall in there. Choobs getting the zip.
Yeah, he gets the zip first try.
Choobs' ice pixels have been on point.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to go down and get the refill here.
He gets out quick. That's really nice.
Okay, Squidman's going to come up to the Elect climb. Okay, so Choobs is trying to set up this second zip here. So what you want to do is actually lay at the top of the beam with the top of that small little thin cloud there, and that will set you up on the right pixel every time. But he doesn't get it there.
Squid with another great climb of that ladder.
He has he has a little different strategy for the climb than runners do, but it's effective and it works for him. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like an extension of the rest of the Elect stage. Because I know my climb of the ladder is slightly different than some others as well. I think we all just kind of figure out what can work for us, because it's hard to get through those beams in there.
It sure is, yeah. So any strat that you can use that is consistent, that is what you should be doing there. So.
And Choobs finishes off Iceman right as Squid starts Ice Stage. So again, it's hard to say where we are. Squidman looks like he's a stage behind, but he's already completed Guts.
Yes.
Choobs will have to do Guts, but Choobs will be able to do Guts faster than Squid can with the beams and the bombs.
Okay, so Fireman stage is a very exciting one because there is a lot going on here. There's multiple zips that you set up here. He's having a little trouble with this first one. Okay, there he
got
goes
it.
through.
Yep, that happens to me. That first zip, for some reason, if I don't get that one first try, I just flop around like a dead fish. Oh, Squidman accidentally going off the end of the cliff.
Oh no. Okay, so
I am not really sure what happened there. He placed a beam and went to jump on it, but for some reason, there was not enough beam for him to stand on. So he's going to have to use Yoku blocks to get out of here.
All right, yeah, so that is a big time loss here. So this is a very good opportunity for Choobs.
Yeah, he's going to have to do.
Lead.
Yeah, he has to do 2 Yoku block rooms. That was the first. This is the second. Yeah, it looks like he is going to use blocks. I don't know what his beam... Yeah, he's got 3 beams right now, so he needs to save those to get across the big gap. Oh, he uses one. Okay, he can pull it off. All right, he knew what he was doing. He could get out of there with 1 beam.
Okay, so Choobs
These
gets a
are
big
really...
fire zip there. So he is...
And these are unlucky platforms. They're going up in directions to basically block Squid's movement.
Yes, and again, those platforms are completely RNG with how they move. You do take damage from them if you run into them, so you have to be very careful moving around them. But Squid does a good job the second time around there. Okay, so Choobs is through Fireman stage. He is going to move on to Bombman next. Squid is going to try to make quick work of Iceman here. Only takes 3 hits, and he finishes him nicely.
Yeah, this will be interesting when they converge. If I had to guess, I would say Choobs is a little bit ahead right now.
Yeah, he's got to be ahead at this point. Yes, because the Gutsman stage again is very short, so they both have 2 levels left. But Fire and Bomb are longer ones, so Choobs probably has maybe like a 20 to 30 second lead.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Squidman gets the first zip a little faster than Choobs did, so he's doing just fine so far. And he's going to show off some more of his ice strategy.
That ice strategy again.
Yeah, I gotta watch this closer because this is just really cool to watch.
I don't understand how he can time these fire beams like that every time.
Yeah, that's quite amazing. Okay, so Choobs is going to come back up to the big zip here. He will try again to get the right wall set up, or the ladderless set up. There is this, oh, there's a little trouble getting off the ladder there, so we'll see him go back up and try again. There is a visual cue on the ladder to the left you can set the zip up pretty easily from, but it's a little faster to do it this way, as long as you can get it quick enough.
And these bullets are not letting Choobs do what he wants to do.
Okay, looks like he's up there
Okay,
now.
he finally gets it.
So in order to initiate that zip, you do have to shoot to the left and then pause and unpause the game, and that will initiate the zip. And you do have to push right at the end there, or else it will fall off the edge and die. So very nicely done by Choobs there.
Now I noticed this time that Squidman did not do the last zip in fire, the big zip, doing the glitchless strat, which is safe because in that fire zip, it's pretty easy to get yourself killed.
So you think because he has already taken a death now that he will try to play it a little safer to make sure that he finishes and no more mistakes?
I'm not sure. Do you remember in the first race, was he doing the fire zip?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, see, I can't remember either. And up until about today, I wasn't doing that zip either. And Squid and I have very similar strategies coming out of Glitchless, so he might not be doing it at all.
Okay, yeah, so chat's reporting that he did not do the zip the first time around either, so. But it is an interesting, so now he finds himself, he made a mistake, and I don't know if he's following along the stream or not, but he has to figure, or at least have a thought in his mind that he's behind, so it'll be interesting to see, you know, if he tries to do a little more faster strats, or if he plays it a little safer, so we'll see how he goes through here. Choobs makes quick work of the first half of gut stage with those magnet beams, so that's very nicely done.
Squid going to use ice on Sniper Joe up here in bomb stage. Is definitely the go-to strat. We haven't seen very many people try to skip Sniper Joe and go over the top of him using beams.
Yeah, there is a particular strat that you can do where you stay on magnet beam and you can just use beams to get across this whole section here, but the Sniper Joe does not make it easy. It's a very advanced strat, so you might see some other runners later do this at it, but looks like none of them here will be doing this tonight. Okay, Choobs gets the
Choobs, good job.
He gets the swag grab there, so good job by Choobs. Great fight.
Yeah, 3 hits with the bomb. That's ideal, and the swag grab.
Okay, so we'll see. So Choobs selects Wily at 1409, so we'll see when Squid selects, and we'll get an idea as to what the margin is.
Squid with a nice takedown of Bomb Man with the select glitch there.
So yeah, it looks like it'll be about 30 seconds. Yeah, so about 32, 33
32 seconds or so. How do you do this? How do you know what their times are like that?
I've played this game a little bit.
You've played this before?
A little bit.
Choobs getting up through the fire there. Those are more really nasty jumps. Those are just like corner jumps. They're really tight.
Yeah, they essentially are corner jumps, so Choobs does a nice job there. Okay. So you can actually see Choobs there. There's a strat there where you'll shoot the elect beam and hit those blocks off screen. So it clears the blocks off before they actually show up on the screen, which is actually a lag reduction strat there. So nicely done.
When they make those little block chunks, it's very laggy.
Yeah, this game in particular isn't as laggy as some of the other ones in the classic series, but again, you do want to try to reduce lag as much as possible because
Mega Man 3.
Hey now.
What? Choobs did a really great job in the platform room there. He got a really ugly pattern. One of the platforms was going up right into his face, and he had enough patience to kind of wait it out, and he got through pretty clean.
He did, yeah. So very nicely done by Choobs. And Squid's going to see what kind of pattern he gets. He's going to use a little more beams, which is a little safer, but he gets through just fine.
Yeah.
He actually did it, in the same way as the last time, too. So he must have a set pattern that he does that screening.
Yeah, I think he does.
Which actually might guarantee him to get through there every time, regardless of the pattern. So he might have actually just eliminated all RNG from the screen.
Right.
A couple extra beams, so.
Yeah, it might use 1 or 2 beams.
Okay, so Choobs starting off on Wily 2 here. So again, this first screen you have to be very careful. So you can see that weapon refill there as well. Those refills will actually stop your momentum, so if you were to pick one up over one of the pits, it can lead to your death. So you have to be very cautious of those as well. And
if you run into one right about at the point when you're going to jump over a pit, that little stop in motion will eat your jump input and you'll walk right into the pit.
And you will walk right off the pit without even though you swore you hit the button, but the game told you no. So Squid had a Squid is making up some time here. He had a very nice devil fight, so he's closing the gap a little bit.
Yeah, this is getting a little closer.
Very
Squid is catching up a bit.
Yeah. Very nice Cutman fight there. Choobs uses the select glitch to get through Electman. He's having a little trouble navigating over these bombs, but looks like he'll be okay. But again, he's gonna lose some more time here to close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, they can be pretty nerve-wracking, that bomb section.
Yes. Okay, so there is a zip you can do here, but Choobs is going to skip it, and I'm assuming that Squidman will as well, where you can actually skip a few of these screens and zip all the way down to the bottom if done correctly.
Squid did not get the bomb skip this time that he got last race.
Okay,
Tubes drops into the room with 11 seconds. 18:11. Let's see how close Squidman is making this.
So yeah.
30, yeah, so he's gained a couple seconds.
He's gained about 10 seconds just from this one stage alone, so very nicely done by Squidman to close the gap a little bit here. Choobs is having a really nice clone fight here, though. Okay, quick work of the clone for Choobs,
yeah.
and Choobs does have a faster setup through Wily 3, so he can get through the stage a lot faster if everything goes his way, so he should be able to widen the gap again if everything goes as intended, but we'll see how he does coming up here.
The second beam placement, this is the tricky one.
Yes, this one is very difficult here, but
looks
like he got the.
Oh, he did get it. Nice job! Wow.
Nice backup there, and hopefully he
can that backup
match just fine. Okay, and he's through. So if he put on a dupe clinic last time, so we'll see how he does here.
Squid's got that zip as well.
Choobs has been working on his.
There's some dupes.
He is putting on another show here. Wow, impressive. You only need to duplicate 3 blocks in order to finish this fight, but he's just showing off.
He's got another swag block.
Very nicely done by Choobs.
So Choobs is going to gain more time by hitting all of the bubbles with blocks because Squidman uses Buster on 3 of them.
Yes. Okay, so Choobs is going to make it through the final level here. He will try to set up this first zip quickly. Let's see, he's got plenty of lives, he's got plenty of beam here, so as long as he can get this set up nice and fast, you'll be able to finish this level out just fine. And he gets it first
try.
Very nice.
Okay, now it's the refight skip.
So yeah, there are some screwy things that can happen on the refight skip if you don't get high enough to the screen, if Bomb Man doesn't comply and actually throw a bomb to explode to set up the zip or initiate.
It looks good. Oh, except for some reason.
Oh! Wait! Oh no!
He's no. That's the soft. That's a partial.
It's not a soft block. You can get out of here, but it's very difficult to get out of here. Oh, that is so.
Oh. No, that's not how you want to lose.
Gonna have to throw, yes. So he's gonna have to throw bombs here in order to get out, but he is gonna take a death here at the end. But Squidman is through. He gets the refight skip.
Gets the refight skip. Oh, Choobs. Oh no. That was unexpected.
It looked like he had just initiated the zip too right at the end there, and just didn't push him up all the way. And
oh wow! Something about that skip. I think if somehow when the zip initiates, well, he's using beam, so I can't even say. I don't even know.
Well, so once the zip is initiated, if you push any more inputs after that, it will lock you in here. So I don't know if he was just kept mashing to try to get up there. But it looked like the menu came up first before the zip was initiated.
Yeah, I saw the menu.
Sure, what happened. But Squidman finishes really Wily off at a 22:01, and we'll take the second game, and we'll take the victory. So.
And that's the win for Squidman. GG.
Yeah, with one death in ice, but otherwise another very clean run from Squidman. It's a very good game. Very unfortunate for Choobs, though. He had that race locked up. He did everything right.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know what to say about that.
And that's okay. So Choobs is showing just how he feels about it.
And they're saying that they're gonna do some post game interviews here. So stick with us, guys, and we'll talk to our racers here in just a moment.
These guys in here and get their thoughts about what we just saw here. All right, so we should be getting them joining us here in any second.
Hello.
Hey, there's Choobs.
So we got Choobs in here.
I'm not hearing anything. That's
Hey.
not good.
And we have Squidman.
Hello.
Okay, Squid, can you hear us? Choobs cannot hear us.
I can hear you, yes.
You can, okay. So, all right, well, we'll start with you, Squidman. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we were saying that first run was very clean, and we were surprised to see that it was a PB? Is that correct?
It was a half-second PB according to my timer, yeah.
Yeah, so very, very impressive.
So
Yeah.
that was a half-second PB. So if you would have gotten your Wily 4 zip, where were you on time?
I can't remember. I think it was plus 12 when I went, or sorry, minus 12 when I went into Wily 4, so getting that Wily 4 zip would have probably gave me a nice big sub 21.
Minus 12. Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, it would have been a sub 21 for sure. But either way, race PB is always impressive, and like I said, it was very clean, no mistakes in that first run. The second run, you had that death in ice. You want to talk about that a little bit and how you recovered?
I was trying to make it interesting. No, I'm just bad. I sometimes will tap the button to jump, and that's exactly what I did there. So I was firing the beam off, and normally you want to do a half jump or a full jump onto that beam, and I accidentally tapped it and just fell into a pit. So yeah, that's what happened. And then it's a good thing I know the Yoku blocks, because I knew that I had 3 beams left from where I was, because I fired the first one off to go over the pit. So I knew I had 3 beams, so I was just like, I gotta do the first Yoku block section, and I can beam the second Yoku block section at least with 1 beam, and then get the refill and just do the rest of ice. But yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yes, you recovered very nicely from but I believe we have Choobs in here now as well. Choobs, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, well, Choobs, GG on the races. So you did have a pretty sizable lead in that second one. Do you want to maybe talk?
I was a
Every
lot more
fight's
comfortable in the second race. First race, there was definitely some jitters up until halfway through the run, and I settled in a little bit. Second race, felt good from the beginning. Had a much better Alex stage, and everything just seemed like it was lining up. Small mistakes here and there, nothing that would kill me. And then we get that great Wily 3. Things go great in Wily 3. Lots of dupes in both races.
Yeah, all the dupes and the swag block left over.
And then Wily 4 comes along. I
don't know. It might be my fault, too. Might be my fault as the commentator. Because...
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Might be my fault as a commentator, because right when you set your beam and bounced off of his bomb, I said, that looks good.
Okay, blame stuff.
So it was the opposite of the commentator's curse. What happened? I could just tell that he was rising a little too slow, and I looked at that beam and I was like, it's going to disappear. And right as I got to where the skip would happen, I saw the pause menu come up, and I was just like, crap, here we go, it's done. I thought I had a way to get out of it, but I didn't.
Yeah. So there is a way out of there, but unfortunately, it takes some time, and you do have to take a death. And
yeah,
I think even if you were able to get out of there,
I still would have lost anyway. But hey, it was fun up to that point.
But yeah, very unfortunate, because you did have a very sizable lead there, and it looked like you were going to close it out. So.
Oh, come on, you know me better than that, KLM. I guess now I have to lay my sword down to the Glitchless Mafia and their strats that rule like an iron fist.
Glitchless. Glitchless is the superior category, of course.
If anything, what the glitchless players like Squid and stuff are showing us is that it's very consistent, and that they're consistently putting up very good times, and and I guess the important thing is they have all the backup strats for when things fail. So
that's actually really important.
Squid, I do want to ask you a question. I want to talk a little bit about your strats through Fireman stage, because I have never seen somebody use the ice weapon to their advantage so well. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Actually, those are my glitchless strats. I think for optimal movement in Fireman, you want to stay on Magnet, obviously, because it's gonna you're not gonna menu. But I kind of learned my glitchless run by watching Exo, and I'm pretty sure he switches to ice and uses ice, or at least one of the runs that the top glitchless runners do actually switches to ice, and it just for me it's just really consistent. I could never get used to doing magnets like past the fire bars, those Cheetos, I guess people call them. So yeah, it's just the timing is very easy. I have really good visual cues for setting them up, so it's just works for me. Is there any specific questions? Because I don't know.
Well, no,
anything more than that.
for those who know me, if it looks cooler, that means it's faster. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the fastest I've ever seen Fireman.
I mean, you're using ice. It's as cool as you can get.
Yeah, so very impressive. I'd just say just a lot of us, and even the chat was saying how it was just really cool to see. So
that's awesome. I'm really glad. So yeah, I guess it was a close race. So that's I hope it was entertaining.
Oh yeah, very much.
Okay, so but I guess question for both of you guys. Think about your future matchups. How are you guys feeling as far as advancing, and how far you guys think you can go?
Choobs, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. If miracles occur, I'll beat Dexter, and then I'll be on my way to the top 16, which I'll be promptly booted when I off-lock in some other way. Yeah,
oh man,
I think Squid's probably got. It depends how his runs go with Conster, but if he runs the way he did against me, I think he's moving on. I think I'm going to last through the group stages, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I think Dexter is gonna wipe the floor with me on Sunday, and I haven't seen Conster's. I don't know what Conster's PB is actually, and we haven't even scheduled our match yet. But if I can beat Conster, then yeah, I guess I'm moving on.
Well, sounds good. Yeah, thank you guys so much. Any other parting thoughts?
Yeah, it's I'm glad to be able to talk to you like in a conversation rather than through chat. Finally.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
It is weird.
All right.
Okay, thanks. I'd just like to thank you guys for running commentary for this. I'd like to thank everybody running behind the scenes to make this kind of stuff happen. It's great for us as the runners, and it's definitely great for people who are just fans of watching speedruns as well. So a big thank you to them for putting all the hard work in to make it happen.
Oh yeah, and thanks for everybody who convinced me to actually join this tournament. I wasn't going to at first, but I'm really glad that I did. So
yeah, thanks everybody.
there were a lot of people who encouraged me to learn the zips and glitches, and I've really only been doing it for about 2 weeks now. So at least the zips and glitches. I mean, I played the game for a long time, but the zips and glitches are things that I haven't been doing for very long, and I wasn't sure about joining the tournament. So I'm really glad, Mazzy and CK and all you guys actually encouraged me. I know KLM, I went into your stream specifically and said, should I join? And you gave me a whole bunch of good reasons. So I was like, all right, I will. So thank you.
Yes, well, yeah, so we are certainly glad that you did join. And again, very impressive. For any of you watching who are thinking about getting into speedrunning this particular game, you definitely reach out to Squidman and stuff and things here, and start running glitchless, because it translates to all the other categories. It will make you good really fast. So but this was a lot of fun. It was a very entertaining. I had fun doing it, especially doing it alongside you stuff, and hopefully we can do another one in the future.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. I love doing these commentaries. I'm just this whole tournament has just been a blast for me. Like my one race was, I've never been so happy to lose, and and then commentating with all of you great folks and watching all these races has just been a ton of fun. So thanks everybody in the Mega Man community, and thanks everybody at Speed Gaming, because this has just been so much fun.
Yes, huge shout out to Speed Gaming for putting on another wonderful classic Mega Man tournament. Yeah, it's been just as fun as the other one, so I'm looking forward to the remainder of it. Looking forward to seeing all of the great runners do some great things, great races, great entertainment. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
Thank
to
you.
all the viewers.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what we have coming up on Speed Gaming here. I don't know where we'll be going to, but I am sure we will have something great in store for you guys, so don't go anywhere. We will send you somewhere. And yeah, look forward to the next races. We can put the command in there to get the schedule up. Make sure you follow both runners, by the way, too.
Yeah, and I was going to say on the schedule, it's looking like we've got a small gap in races from today. The next set of races this weekend is going to be busy, so tune in Saturday and Sunday. We've got races all over this weekend, so check out that schedule and tune in for some more great Mega Man 1 All Stages.